Struggling with Propfirms? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I was able to pass another Propfirm challenge, a small little 10k account. And obviously the whole idea is just to show you that, if you start small, what are the possibilities, investing just as little as 50, 60 pounds or dollars, $80, whatever it, how much these small little 10k accounts cost, and how I'm able to pass these, with, 0.5% risk in one trade. If you go to my Discord, you can check, if you watch my previous YouTube videos, you can even see I'm passing 8% profit targets with 0.5% risk in one trade, catching 1 to 12s, 1 to 15s, and still keeping a decent win rate. And how I'm able to do this is just from the break and retest, my quality of zones. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to minimize this. By the way, if you want to join my Discord where I'm offering one-to-one mentorship, yes, from myself, you can speak to me live, and link will be in the video description. So without wasting any time, look at this. Once you know how to draw your zones, right, and I made videos on this, everything, right? The way I've refined the break and retest now, my biggest edge, my biggest strength is the way I draw my zones, period, right? So we've got major rejections here. You can use a line chart, look, identify these major rejection points, sharp turns, where price is just absolutely just, how can I say, respecting the key points. Price, obviously, you can see multiple wick rejections over here. You can see multiple wick rejections here and multiple wick rejections here. Your level of zone, right? So then, obviously, I don't sell from a resistance level. I don't buy off a support level unless I see a breakout. So now, what do I see over here? Before anything, let me actually just show you. Where's it gone? Where I actually posted? Just the elite mentorship. Just one moment. I believe it's in the funded certificate section. It's all about transparency, right? So this was, where I mentioned why risk 1% per trade when you can smash these challenges in 1 or 2 days, risking only 0.5%. It's all about your edge. This was a phase 2 passed in 1 day, risking only 3 trades and 0.5%. I caught a 1 to 12. This obviously, let's actually click on this. Does it let me? Okay, perfect. Look at this. This was FTMO, 1 to 12 gained. Look at this, 1 2 3. This was actually technically it's 3 trades. This trade here, I just thought, it's minimum day, I'll just cover it. Then I thought, let's just pass this, right? So and this is just the phase 2 is normally the easiest, right? But phase 1s, passing them, but yeah, let's get back to the video. Okay, but if you want to join the Discord community, link will be in the video description. So here now I can see a level of break. I don't care our resistance, but I want to see breaks happen first. So if we go down to a smaller time frame, we get our nice break, right? We get our nice break. Now what do I need to wait for? I need to wait for a some kind of a rejection. And obviously price, this is where sometimes people go wrong. They're just hoping that once you get the break, price needs to come there instantly. Sometimes price won't do that. Price comes here. Now, in this case over here, guys, I just want to mention something very clear, make something very clear. If price has come down here and then gone back up, right? So it's come down to support and then it's gone back up here. Is this still a valid, zone to take a sell from? In my eyes, you can, but you want to be extra careful, right? From my personal experience, because think about it. Price has come all the way down to this zone and then it's gone all the way back up to this zone. So, but the buyers that have pushed the market back up, they've brought it here with, it's been from a zone to zone. Then they've brought it back here with a lot of intent to maybe push it through, break through this zone. Ideally, what you want to see when price breaks through, very early, it comes back to retest, and then the sellers, because you want to keep things super simple, right? You got to look at it as simple logic, and the simple logic basically is, let's say there's a tug of war. Sellers are wrestling or pushing this buyers down. Buyers here are just using their last ounce of breath to push the market back up, but the sellers are in full control and they push it back down. If you look at it from this point, sellers are pushing the market down, right, all the way down, and the buyers have pushed the market all the way back up. So at this point, do you think sellers are still in control? Ideally, no. Right? if the buyers push the market up early, right? But look at the candles, look at the volume in the candles, look at the, you know, these are weak. Well, in this case here, these are strong buying candles, but they're happening below resistance, so in my eyes they have no value. If these were happening above support, then they are strong. So then obviously now we get our retest. Then what can we see from here, right? More information. Look at this. This is your level of support, right? The candle bodies do not close below this level here. Only Wick rejections, where price once upon a time was, but it's actually your resistances where candle bodies close. Price comes back up. So let's just break this down even more. Ooh, I'll have to put this on playback, because every time I go switch to, you know, between different time frames, it's just gonna took me back to the present moment. So look at this now. Ignore these little here. This is on the small time frames. Small time frames have less, you know, no value. So look at this. Price breaks down, comes back up. Now you can break this down even more, right? Now you got to look at structure points where structure is getting broken. So you can technically say there's a little mini level of support here, which gets broken through this bearish candle. That's why you can see these multiple wick rejections respecting this. This was a mini support level. Now it's getting respected as the resistance, right? Why? Because look at all these wick rejections here. Price never breaks above this blue line or key level or zone, whatever you want to call it. It's getting fully respected. Then price just from here just tanks. You can see then your major structure would probably be this one. Why? Because this is actually the lowest point where support was established, and then price breaks through this with a huge bearish candle again. Look at this, multiple wick rejections. This is getting fully respected. You can take a sell trade from there, right? And I'm obviously using UJ for the example. That's why I'm able to have, you know, 4 pip stop losses, 5 pip stop losses, such tight stop losses, and you can just get away with it, right? Again, I want to make something super clear. This is not the exact break and retest that I trade with. You know, I've refined my version of what I show to my students. But again, right, look at this. A nice 1 to, how much is it? A nice 1 to 17, right? A nice 1 to 17. Let's see if we can grab another example. Right, by the way, if you haven't subscribed already, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Okay, so let's grab another example. Just work off this level. Actually, I mean, you can see another example here as well, right? Breaks through, comes back up to retest early. This bullish candle, huge push to the. Let's look at a losing setup from this one here, right? Let's go up to here. Let's go on a small time frame again. Okay, look at this bullish candle, right? Strong breakout. Price brings it back down, but I'm not liking this. Why? There's not really, you know, enough. Look at this. Are there more bullish candles or are there more bearish candles? On the way down, you want to see weakness in the trend. You want to see struggle, right? What do I mean by that? A lot of bearish candles, but there's not really bullish candles holding, pushing the price higher and higher until we get to this support level. That's the only one. And then that too is a weak bullish candle. It's an engulfing, but still is a weak bullish candle. Huge bearish candle. So there's not really a reason to take a sell. Sorry, a reason to take a buy. And for that reason, obviously you would, well, in this, now that you go to a small time frame, it actually makes more sense not to even take the trade at all. So that should be a trade avoided, right? Let's see if we can find another example. Okay, let's go to a small time frame. Let's go to a small time frame. Okay, huge bullish breakout. You know, price is coming down. You can see, this is what I mean by the struggle. Price is, you know, creating a small bearish continuation pattern. Super big bullish engulfing candle. Ideally, you want this candle above here, but still, we got to be patient. Don't take entries from this area. This zone's not even being tapped into. This zone not even being touched. Look at this again. Struggle. Sellers are bringing the market down lower and lower. You can go to a small time frame. Now you can see this is a better struggle here, right? Huge bullish engulfing. You can take your entry, but you want to wait a little bit of a retracement from the candle. Wait for price to come a little bit down. Ideally, you can just take your entry from here. But let's just say, let's go to a small time frame. Let's see what price is showing us. Okay, perfect. Where you can take your entry from. Look at this. Let's change the color of this candle. Orange, don't like that. Let's change it. Okay, perfect. let's say you take your entry from here. Okay, this is 6 pips. Ideally you want it below, you know, the candle body, because if it breaks below the candle body, the low of the candle body is invalid, right? You can keep things super safe below the zone, but then if you want to, you know, take things to another level, well, you got support here. Let's look at all the support levels quickly. You got a support over here, you've got a support over here, right? So let's just say you did take your entry from waiting for a little bit of retracement, and then ideally below here. This will be super safe, but then you got quite a big stop loss, 20 pips. You can actually keep it below this one as well, but let's just say we still though, right? You can still get away with a nice risk to reward of a 1 to 5, and 1 to 5, you know, is by all means not a bad risk to reward at all. Especially if you're waiting for a plus setup, you know, and just not even an A+ setup, I would say. If you just create a bit of a buffer with your profits, and then you risk 1%, you know, that's a nice 1 to 5% gain. On a 100k account, that's 5 grand. On a 200k account, that's 10 grand. So you know, it's all good, it's all good. Yeah, just the break and retest is what I would say is the most simple strategy out there, because all you need to know is your zones. There are so many people that are drawing their zones completely wrong. Trust me when I say that. I get so many messages from, and you know, from my students that are in the elite mentorship. They are drawing their zones completely wrong, right? It's even one, I would say minimum you need about 2 candles to have a valid zone, minimum. And if you can align it with other things, you know, it will just strengthen that zone. My biggest edge is the way I draw my zones, the quality of the zones. If price, how can I say this, if price does not respect my zone, win or lose, obviously that's, you know, this is a, it's not a we're not in a space of gambling, right? We're in a space of probabilities and possibilities. So the way I look at it is, even if the price breaks through, if I lose the trade, what I'm trying to say is, the way I draw my zones, it will give some kind of reaction though, a retest, a rejection or some sort, a little bit before it breaks through, but price will, you know, react to the zone. Sometimes people draw zones and it's just, this price just shoots through like a hot knife through butter. Let me see if I could draw another. So we got a double actually we got a inverted head and shoulder pattern potential building up, potential, right? So what you can possibly look out for is the upcoming week. Today is Sunday, right? So let's put this on here. Just waiting for price to either break through here, obviously break these lows. If price was to come back up, so I just draw it like this, right? What you want to be careful of as well is how price, just one moment, how price is reacting to this level, because this is a support as well. This will be the new low, this will be a support, and that can normally be a early sign. If price comes down, does not break this low and starts coming back up again, just put it at break even, just get out of it. Vice versa, if price was to break above here and shoot all the way up here, you know, just check what's price doing here. Let's change the color of this one, you know, and if price shoots back, just put it at break even. There's another zone over here that price will react to. Obviously we're gonna have Asian session when markets open, you know, so first it's gonna go through Asian session, and then yeah, it might break through these, and then we might be just testing different zones. So at the end of the day, this is nothing but just a game of ping pong. Once you know how to draw your zones, you just gamify it. It is nothing but a game of ping pong, right? And that's basically how I've been able to become 700k funded. Some of my students 800k funded, 200k funded, 50k funded, 30k funded, 10k funded. Some don't even believe in Propfirms, that's, you know, and some just you know, just want like trading their own personal accounts. That is totally fine. You know, it's totally down to personal preference. But yeah, I hope you found value from this. I'll be making more videos like these as well. We're just getting more into zones themselves. Take care, like, subscribe, comment, share. Take care. I'm out.